Elon Musk just made all Tesla investors speechless for like the third flipping time or something like that. But oh my God, what he wrote was something that we shouldn't take lightly. I mean, this is a very big deal and it is a sheesh moment. So you know what? I don't want to waste any time. Let's get down to it. Smash that like button and hit subscribe if you haven't already. And you know what? Before I get into it, this is why the vote is very important and very significant and why we should be voting for the things that Teslas want us to vote for. And if you guys don't know how to vote, because I'm getting a lot of comments and DMs that I have no idea how to vote. I mean, it's a very simple procedure. But I made a video about it here. I think this was about the 2018 compensation package. But you guys can check that video. Go to the timestamp where it says vote and follow the instructions. You'll know exactly what to do. We have till November 6th, but do it as soon as possible. I voted all my nearly 1,300 shares for Elon's compensation package and XAI and 2018 compensation package as well. These are very important. Anyway, let's just get down to it. So we have ICC coming out, and it's not their first time doing this, but they're coming out and saying that to vote against this, which is just so stupid. They said this for the 2012 compensation package for Elon, 2018 compensation package, and now they're saying it again for this as well. So they hate Elon. They're an anti-Elon firm, and they hate it. So don't listen to it. But we have Romain here, who was a former Tesla employee, requoting Tesla's response to that, saying this. It's to reply to this that's very significant. That's the WTF moment. But this is what he says. If Tesla's market capitalization only reaches $2 trillion within the next 10 years, the proposed pay package would pay the CEO roughly $20 billion for his achievement. 2 trillion, first of all, that's not easy to do. Let's just get that out the way. And it's not just hitting 2 trillion that Elon's gonna get the 20 billion of his first tranche. No, it's that and plus milestones. I think he forgot this part. Like, how could you forget this part? Like, this part is the big part. On top of that, you have the other milestones, like bring the thing to $50 billion in EBITDA. I mean, this is not an easy compensation package. But anyways, we'll leave that to the end. Let's continue. This would be roughly 3.8% annual growth from today's share price, 2 trillion milestone from the 1.4 trillion current market cap right now. Again, 10 years. You all think Tesla's going to be worth 2 trillion in 10 years? Bruh. Anyways, that would barely beat inflation and it would underperform the S&P 500 considerably. Sorry, Tesla, some of us, and suppose the ISS too, like, come on, you ISS? Again, these guys are anti-Elon, anti-Tesla, so I can't believe this guy, a former Tesla employee, is siding with them. It's kind of frustrating a little bit. Simply don't think that the underperforming the S&P 500 this much is worth paying somebody $20 billion worth of the company value. As a fan, I love Tesla. I want it to succeed. As a shareholder, I don't want Tesla to overpay its CEO. How is this overpaying him? He's busy. Dude's been working for 7-8 years and he hasn't gotten paid. Yes, as 1/3 of the compensation package the Tesla board did pay him. The other 2/3 will be coming in another way. Right now it's in court because some idiot with 9 shares decided to sue against that. Now we're in Texas, so that's not even possible. Thank goodness. But you can't work for free. If I was in Elon's shoes and the shareholder of a company at that time voted and agreed to pay me on things that I would achieve on, like the second compensation package said that if you bring the company market capitalization to 650 billion, then you'll get paid this much. If you do that, if you bring so much enormous value to shareholders, take this much home. That makes perfect sense. And by the way, if you don't do it, you don't get paid. You don't get a penny. Which CEO on this flippin' planet would accept such compensation package? Name me in the comments. Name me one. I don't think there's any. In fact, we have CEOs who demand to be paid millions, hundreds of millions of dollars, and the company is being burnt to the ground. Lucid. This is a one-of-a-type CEO that I've never seen accepting a compensation package, a pay package where you get nothing unless you bring enormous value to shareholders and bring the company up to extraordinary levels. And this guy's talking about overpaying him. The dude's underpaid. Unflippin' believable. Well, there goes his last shot from ever working at Tesla again, right? He says that I strongly believe that the 2025 pay package proposal would overpay for its CEO and that the other competent CEOs could grow Tesla just as much. Oh my God, I'm going to stop right there. That is the most dumbest thing ever. Which other CEO can run Tesla? Let me know. Like, which other CEO can run Tesla? Like, this is just pure bullshit right here, what he's writing. Pure bullshit. And then Elon Musk cooked him in the comments. But he also said 4 words at the end that's kind of concerning. He says that Tesla is worth more than all other automotive companies combined. This is facts. James Stevenson did the homework for us. Look at that Tesla. Right now it's worth 1.4 trillion. Look at the rest of them. Sure, oh my god, BYD is not here. BYD is like 8 to 10 times smaller than Tesla. So which other CEO can do this? That is just absolutely ridiculous. And Elon even asked that, which other those CEOs would you like to run Tesla? Let's get married. You led, right? Oh my god. My god, like this, I don't know why Romain even thinks about this. Like, if you guys were voting against it because you thought that Elon was being overpaid because of this, after reading this, you should think, okay, no, he's not being overpaid. In fact, he's being underpaid. And if you still think he's being overpaid, you're an idiot. You're a complete idiot. I'm just saying that. And then he says that it won't be me. Now, this does sound in a way like a hot situation that give me what I want, or else I won't work at Tesla. And he did mention this back in 2022, 2023, saying that he is uncomfortable expanding and mass producing intelligent robots, which is Optimus, without him having 25% of the company. And you know what? I give him 100% of that. I give him full rights of that. This is dangerous stuff. And, you know, you can't sit back and say that, oh, he just wants money. Because if he wants money, he will blinging everywhere. But the dude lives in a flippin' boxable home in the SpaceX headquarters. He sold all his mansions and his nice car. He doesn't even drive himself. The FSD drives him now, I guess, right? And he has a valet, and I'm sure he has, you know, a butler or whatever it is that takes him play A to B, because we're gonna be careful because of what happened to Charlie Cook and stuff like that. And, you know, Donald Trump almost getting shot too, right? So he needs these bodyguards. This guy is a very important person in humanity. He is. So he knows and he sees what's going on. And it's not about the money. It's about him not being kicked out of Tesla once he made these insanely intelligent Optimus robots, where some idiot, some activist comes and takes over and says, all right, guys, let's put some woke stuff on this now. Let's now use this for war. Now use this for something else. No. This is why Elon needs the 25% so he's comfortable in making these Optimus robots. This is his whole point. This is his whole point. So it doesn't, you know, go out of control. So that's his whole point here. He's simply saying here that, look, I have to bring the company up to 8.5 trillion in order to get a trillion. I'm practically 6xing, 7xing your money from today's value. Which other CEO can do that? And if I don't do it, I'm not going to get paid. Simple as that. It's not just hitting 2 trillion, 2.5 trillion, 3 trillion in terms of market cap. No, it's about hitting that and hitting the milestones of EBITDA of 50 billion, and then 100 billion, and then 210 billion, and then 400 billion. And then on top of that, there's milestones of 20 million vehicles delivered, 10 million FSA subscriptions, 1 million bots delivered, 1 million robotaxis on the road. And on top of that, before we pay you the full thing, get a successor. So it's not just the market cap anymore, it's other things. And I can't believe Romain failed to read that part. This is absolutely just stupid. And he's siding with ISS, which is just bad. Mars here comes out guns blazing, and I 100% agree with him, saying that Elon, and he explains it perfectly too, Elon only has to get Tesla's market cap up to 2 trillion to secure the first tranche. That's way too easy, quoting Romain. Actually, even getting to a 2 trillion market cap sustained over 6 months is not enough. Tesla must also meet a corresponding operational milestone like 50 billion in adjusted EBITDA, and again, as I mentioned, the 20 million vehicles, FSA subscriptions, all that kind of stuff is included as well. Also, achieving and sustaining a 2 trillion market cap is not easy. There are very few companies in history that have achieved this. For context, when the 2025 compensation plan was announced, Tesla's market cap was around 1.1 trillion. A 2 trillion market cap would be about a double the value for shareholders just since the plan was announced last month. Now imagine what the market cap will be if shareholders reject the plan. Tesla shareholders, don't be stupid, 100% agree. Elon is one of the very few people who could have led Tesla AI to where it is today, and he's the right leader to finish delivering on his original mission. And I wrote it on X. Saying that it's very simple. Elon's new pay package approved, Tesla stock over $500 per share. Elon's new pay package rejected, Tesla below 300. The choice is yours. And I also said on X that if you're voting against Elon's 2025 Tesla compensation package, sell your shares tomorrow. You don't deserve the massive gains when Elon does achieve all 12 tranches for the third flippin' time. You don't. You simply don't. And guess who liked this? Elon Musk himself liked this post, saying that, hey, I am going to hit these 12 tranches. I am going to do the impossible, and I am going to get paid the 1 trillion because that's the deal. And if I don't get anything. And if you're voting against that, why are you invested in Tesla? Sell your shares. If you're watching this and you're voting against it, sell your shares, bro. Move on to Amazon or something. Seriously, like leave Tesla alone. You can't have the benefit. You can't have all the benefits and enjoyment without the sacrifice, without going through the hard stuff. Like if Elon doesn't run Tesla, I think the stock could go in the $200. Market cap could go below 500, 600, 700 billion. Which is like 50% down for what it is today. Just for this reason alone. Elon's the right guy, as Omar said, he is the right guy for this. And he said this, of course, right before earnings is tomorrow. And earnings, I think, is going to be a beat. If you guys haven't watched the video of what my estimate is, you guys can watch it right here. But I am going live for that. But just sticking with this topic here. If you're voting against this compensation package, sell your stock, dude. Like, and if you're a long-term investor of Tesla, why would you vote against this? Like, this is a guaranteed 6x of your money. 6 times. I don't know. It's just dumb. It's just absolutely dumb. Kind of speechless in a way that people are actually thinking that he shouldn't be deserved this. Do the impossible and get, good money, 1 trillion money. That's absolutely insane. And it's not money. It's stock options where you can't sell for 5 years, for crying out loud. It's so just ridiculous. So if you guys haven't voted, make sure you guys vote. Now, earnings is tomorrow and I am going live for this. I just want to go over some interesting things. We have Ming here, says, good news. Viktor Durgunov, whatever his last name is, if I butchered, I'm sorry, who is among the top 3% of stock pros covered by tip ranks. He is going all in on Tesla, backing his strong buy rating with aggressive price targets with a 12-month target of $650 and an ambitious long-term target of $2,500 to $3,500 for the stock, which is insane. My price target for end of this year is $575, and of course, it could go higher than that, but I'm sticking with that. But he's saying $650 for the next 12 months and $3,500 per share. Long-term could be by 2030, right? Which is insane. He is going all in. 5-star success rate, 56%. I mean, I guess he's one of the good ones, not the good ones that I've seen, but he's going hard on Tesla, which is crazy. We have Peter DiCarlo saying that he's estimating that on Wednesday, he's pricing in a 10%, 20% upside move because earnings is going to be flipping strong. He also breaks down why the stock could hit 500 to 540. One of the reasons are because of the options flow. Most of these call options expire in 2026, 2027, suggesting long-term conviction. They're also buying now and not waiting until after earnings, which is smart. There's also insider confidence because Elon is buying stock himself. I talked about this many times on this channel. In fact, that's the biggest catalyst of this year. It's not the FSD. The FSD is pretty big, or the tax is pretty big. Elon buying $1 billion worth of stock, that is massive this year. That is something that no one thought would happen this year. But it happened. $1 billion worth of stock he bought. If you want confidence, that's confidence right there. Upside targets, 480 to 540, as you guys can see, and downward risk as well. You could go to 360 quickly and all that kind of stuff. So you guys get ready, man. Tomorrow live stream is going to be flipping amazing. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be a lot of fun. And I'll be live streaming for 3 hours going over the earnings report and the guidance as well. So it's going to be an awesome show. Make sure you guys click the notification button and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Subscribe, guys. Become a channel member and don't be stupid and vote for Elon's compensation package for 2025. Don't be stupid. See ya.